Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Beth, here to help you fulfill your potential in meditation. As most of you know, I don't have just one method that I teach to everybody, like one size fits all. Instead, I much prefer to teach people one-on-one. And the reason is that you're all different. So please use these videos as a guideline, and if there's anything that isn't quite working for you or anything that doesn't quite fit, then be in touch and I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you one-on-one. Today's video is about discerning the calapas that make up the heart base. Now obviously this video is going to make much more sense to you if you're already familiar with seeing the calapas, but not only seeing the calapas, also familiar with discerning the 8 types of materiality that are common to all calapas. Now I've made a separate video on discerning those 8 types of materiality, so if you haven't done so already, I suggest that you watch that video. But not only watch the video, also do the practice if you can, because this video is going to be much more relevant to you if you're familiar with seeing those 8 types of materiality in practice. Now, if you are familiar with discerning the 8 types of materiality common to all calapas, so the earth, water, fire, wind, color, smell, taste, oja, then you will have noticed that although all calapas have these 8 materialities, some calapas are different. Some calapas have extra types of material qualities as well. And the heart-based calapas are one example of this. And they are a very important example because the heart-based calapas do the function of supporting the mind. They do the function of supporting the mind. So they're a very important type of calapa. Now these heart-based calapas are produced by karma. So as well as the 8 types of materiality common to all calapas, they also have a material quality called Jivita. Jivita is a material quality that is common to all karma-born calapas. Now I've made a separate video on Jivita. I'll link it just below this video so you can take a look at that if you're not already familiar with Jivita. For now, just to say that Jivita does the function of nourishing and maintaining the material qualities in that same calapa. So in the heart-based calapas we have the 8 materialities common to all calapas plus Jivita plus heart-based materiality, which does the function of supporting the mind. So how do we discern these calapas in practice? Well, if you've already developed the jhanas, then you might want to start by entering the 4th jhana until your concentration is nice and strong and stable. If you haven't practiced the jhanas, then you need to develop 4 elements meditation until your concentration is very sharp. Once you've developed 4 elements meditation until your concentration is very strong and sharp, then we want to discern the calapas in the heart area. When we've broken down this heart area into calapas, we're seeing the calapas nice and clearly, then we want to bring our attention to an aspect of mind that we're familiar with. Now, if you've already developed the jhanas, then you are going to be familiar with the 5 jhana factors. If you haven't already developed the jhanas and you're practicing starting with 4 elements meditation, then you can also learn to discern the 5 jhana factors. The 5 jhana factors will also be there in a deep access concentration with 4 elements meditation. I've made a separate video on discerning the jhana factors, so again, I'll link that one below this video so you can take a look at that. Now, we bring our attention to one of those jhana factors. It doesn't matter which one. We can choose whichever one is the most obvious to us. Let's say Vitakka, for example, applied thought. So we're familiar with that quality of mind arising in the heart area. We bring our attention to that quality of mind. And then we want to see if we can find the calapas in the heart that are doing a supporting function for that mental factor. Now notice, it's a supporting function, it's not a producing function. These heart-based calapas are not producing the mental factor of Vitakka or applied thought. They are just supporting its arising. So that's what we want to check for. If it's not easy with the first mental factor that you try, then you can try another mental factor. Try joy, for example, or happiness, and see if those are easier. As you do many repetitions, the heart materiality should become obvious to you as the materiality that is supporting the arising of the mental factors. When you find that quality of the heart-based materiality that is supporting the arising of the mental factors, then you can check for the other types of materiality in the same calapa. So you can check for earth, water, fire, wind, color, smell, taste, oja, and for Jivita. When you found those 9 material characteristics plus the heart-based materiality, those are the heart-based calapas. So that's what I have to say today on discerning the heart-based calapas. They're a really important type of calapa that we'll be using again and again in the Vipassana practice. So we want to make sure that you're confident in discerning them. What I would suggest is that you get off of your screens, get onto the cushions and give it a go. And if anything isn't clear, if you're not quite sure if you're discerning it right, then be in touch with me and I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you individually. As most of you know, I do all of my work on a donation basis, so I encourage you to support me either through Patreon or through my website so that I can continue to make these videos. Thank you so much for your support. Wishing you the best with your meditation.